Alright, I'm going to go over all the shortcodes that go into building things like the list styles, the buttons in the slider demo, and etc. So let's just dive right in. Alright, if we go to pages, let's just create a new page and call it shortcodes. Alright, let's just start and go left to right. Basically, the first one is button color, and we'll have three options: light, dark, or colored. And you're going to have to choose one, so you just delete, let's say we wanted light, we'll just delete the other options. In our link, we'll just choose something like google.com, and the text, you can just leave text here or have something like read more, and we'll click publish. And let's view our page, and we have a read more button now. In targets, just if you want the link to open in a new window or something like that. By default, if you leave it blank, it'll just should just open up in the current window you're in. So if you wanted it in a new window, you would just type in _blank. Alright, so let's just move on to the next shortcode, which is list styles. And we'll just do, if you just click on it, it'll just add the checklist one, and then the next one's arrow list. These are pretty simple, so I'm just going to go and add them and click update and show you. You'll notice that these shortcodes are pretty simple since they don't have any options to them. Alright, let's move down the list to, okay, so these are the column shortcodes, and you'll notice in the documentation I have the full list of like how to create that full width and example of all the columns that you could ever imagine. It's really simple, but if you just want to create like 2 columns, you just click 2 and 2. And the key to this is you'll notice the last is no, and so if we have 2 columns, the second one's going to say yes. And I'll just type in 1/2 and then 1/2. And it's the same shortcode, obviously, for whether you're using full width or not full width. So it's pretty simple. So we'll refresh our page and we should see, yep, 1/2 and 1/2. So I'll explain that again, since that's the only real tricky part of these shortcodes. Let's say we did 1/4. So we'll do 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and then one more. And so the last one, the 4th one, will be yes. And that's just because it's the last one, and it adds this little bit of code to make sure that the columns don't float really funny and stuff like that. So we'll update that. It'll look kind of weird just because they're dots, but you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of dots all on the same line. And so now we have that. We'll keep going down the page, and the next one is a pretty interesting one, slider. So this one has a whole ton of options. We got timer. We can turn that on or off. You just pick one. You can play around with that. True or false for controls. We'll just go ahead and leave these all on true now. Same with the direction. That's just the arrows. And then you can add slider images. And you can leave the caption blank if you wish. So the basic thing is you just need to have it be a correct size. I already have images ready. Oh, let me zoom back out. So I'm going to drop those in. So 1, and then my second image. And the slider will automatically choose 100% width of the content. So make sure that if you have arrows or something like that, that they'll stay at the full 100% width of your content. So that's your slider. You'll kind of need to play around with it. They can be any height though, so that's something to note. The next thing is I'll just do the divider real quick. That's pretty simple. It's just a divider. I'm using those all over the place. It's really handy. Then there's add a person, and you can have a title, a name, and then an image. And note that the image has to be 122 by 122 pixels. Alright, so we'll update that and then view it.